of the things we want to do with the Ranger is make it street legal. So when we're going to different places, different trail systems, we can actually hit the Forest Service roads and not get in trouble. And so with that in mind, when Starknight Moto reached out to me and said they wanted to help out the channel a little bit, it was kind of a perfect match. And they sent us a license plate holder. So that's kind of one of the first steps. You got to display, your license plate. Even if you're just running the ORV tag, you got to have your license plate. Now I would normally just zip tie that sucker on, but since they wanted to help us out, pretty excited to have this. It's got a little LED light to illuminate it at night. It's going to be a pretty easy install, except for the wiring. So we'll get into the wiring first, tackle the hard stuff. All right, so here's the license plate holder. It's got their little shield emblem there. Unfortunately, that gets covered up with the license plate. But anyway, feels pretty solid quality. It's got like a powder coating on it. And yeah, hopefully you can see under here. So there's this little bolt sticking out. That hole perfectly goes around that bolt. So we'll just use the provided screws, drill a couple holes, and drill it right into this sheet metal truss thing. So that's going to be easy. For the wiring, I'm going to steal the power from the driver's side tail light. And I've already got it pulled. I'll show you kind of how I determine what's what. Pull the tail light, super easy. There's two 10mm bolts. Go through the side of the housing, pulls right out. Then you just unplug the wires. I got them pulled down here because there was just a very short lead up here for the tail light, and I want to be able to splice it in somewhere in here. And I got my electrical tester, and this actually has brake lights, which is kind of cool. I thought I was gonna have to add those for the street legal. The top one is tail. So the top one is the one that is the brightest on the test light. And then when you hit the brakes, that middle one lights up, and your black at the bottom is ground. I was reading back here, and it looks like rear direction indicator. It looks like you can actually add a reverse light to this. So I might have to look into some other housings and wiring options, but anyway, that's another story for another day. So basically, I want to peel this wire cover back and splice into the top wire there, one with the yellow stripe, and that black wire there for the ground. All right, got the cover pulled off and the tape peeled back. So I'm going to splice into this red one with the yellow stripe. That's the tail. Probably going to forever have tail light problems now. Got these little three-way splice connectors. Oh, getting old. I didn't need that. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is wrap each of these separately, because obviously there's some bare metal there in that splice connector. Need to make sure those don't touch, because that will be no bueno. Using some Super 88. Alright, now I'm going to wrap all these together. Alright, a little bit of time and a whole lot of electrical tape later. Got this all taped up. Probably going to have to go further, but just trying to wait and see how much I need there. I got the cover back on it. I taped it here at the splice because it doesn't quite, go around. So we'll get this plugged back in there and then start zip tying our wire to where we need to go. All right, tail light's back in. Got the wire coming through here. I'm gonna follow the same path as the wiring harness and just zip tie it together. And then I think go maybe in front of this bar and then behind that, because the way that mount's going to be, I think the wiring will go in behind there. So I think the next step is going to be actually mounting the mount and figuring out how much wire we've got. Splices are probably going to be right about here. It's going to have it on this lower mount here, but the license plate doesn't fit, so we're going to try it on this upper bolt, and we'll use a center punch. I'm always bragging on these spring tools. These things are awesome. I kind of marked it with the drill bit ahead of time. Sweetness. Sweet. Alright, now we just gotta hook these wires up. Looks like I taped it too far. Alright, so I decided to run it this way, so I can zip tie it to that there little piece of metal. And didn't use the connectors that came with it. It had some like connectors that unplug, but I decided to use these heat shrink connectors, and I'm going to tape it up real good because we get a lot of moisture, so I just want it sealed up real good. So I'm going to heat shrink these and then tape it, and then we'll try it out, see what it looks like all illuminated. Sweet. Sweet. There it is, in all its glory. Sweet. Right on. I like how that turned out. So thank you, Starknight Moto, for sending me that part. Super cool. So I'll leave a link down in the description for their website. They've got a bunch of different, side-by-side parts and accessories for you to choose from for all different makes and models. So anyway, hopefully we can work together some more and get this Ranger street legal so we can start playing on the main roads a little bit more. Thanks so much for watching. Wheel it, wreck it, wrench it, repeat. We'll see you next time.